I've always hated the topic of manifestation. It just is it sounds like bullshit. I think the way that a lot of people talk about it, it's like, I'm going to sit on a pillow and like make a wish and let's see what happens. That's literally not what it is at all. It is shifting your frequency in terms of what are my limiting beliefs? Like how am I showing up? Where am I actually vibrating at? Like that is a measurable thing on an electromagnetic scale so that I'm a vibrational match for what I want.
Let's start with energy healing and energy work. For those that don't know what that means, what is the spark notes on what exactly it is?
Yeah. So there are different types of energy work out there. They're all different types of modalities. So if you think about basically the body, we have an electromagnetic field. That's our energy body radiating out. Like you might have heard of, your aura. You can get aura color photos. We have these energy bodies that we might not be able to see with our current, 3D eyesight, but we are emitting an electromagnetic field. Everything is energy. And so energy work is basically working on the energy body, essentially. So wherever there are blockages or imbalances, we can start to clear that out and rebalance the energy body. And to me, that is the real root cause work, right? So we think about what causes disease in the body. Well, there's going to be an energy blockage deep within the body, right? So for me, I've done podcasts on what are the energetic roots of anxiety and depression, or what are the energetic roots of ADHD, things like that. Because for me, when I tune into a client and, they're laying on the table or I'm tuning in intuitively, I see it like a psychic scan. So I can see this is where the blockage is, right? Or I'm seeing these cords and I'm literally seeing it like an X-ray with my intuitive gifts. And over the years with all of these different clients, I see the same things popping up with my clients who are struggling with anxiety, with my high achieving entrepreneurs. We've got the same blockages and you start to see the patterns. And I'm like, wow, that's the energetic root of where that's manifesting as this symptom or this limiting belief or whatever it is. So with the type of energy work I do, it can either be hands-on or be done virtually. And the way it works is I'm basically holding my hands above the person and working with the energy field to clear things out and rebalance the energy body. But there are all different types of energy work, breath work is another way to move energy in the body, sound healing, frequency work. Those are all just different modalities of working on the energy body.
That's incredible. Okay. So with that, you basically are the founder of Ahai. I'm not sure. Perfect. 7D energy healing. So what exactly is that?
Yeah. So a lot of people have heard of Reiki, which is kind of like the classic hands-on energy healing. And that's what I was originally trained in. Reiki is rooted in the third dimension. And with that, the easy way to think about this is think about color or sound, right? Different just frequencies, different vibrations that sound different, a different tone or a different color. You're going to see it visually as a different color when it's a different frequency. Okay. So Reiki is one frequency. You can think about it as one color or one sound. And Ahai is anchored into the seventh dimension. So it's just a higher frequency. Okay. So it's basically, that's where the experience is a bit different. And so people will feel it differently. It feels lighter, but also kind of more intense, and it works a lot faster. Reiki feels like the way that people will describe it is Reiki feels like a thicker blanket that's so me up and cozy. Ahai feels like somebody's sprinkling fairy dust on me and also kind of pulling stuff out of me really quick. So it's just a different experience. It's a different frequency that's getting worked on, and I find it's a lot faster for me. And I kind of hit a point where with Reiki, tuning into that frequency and basically channeling that frequency, because that's how it's working. So if I'm doing energy work, I'm acting as the vessel in between. So I'm anchoring to this frequency and allowing it to move through me. I'm not sending anybody my energy. I'm just the medium in between. And they're getting the Reiki energy. With the Ahai, I'm channeling a different frequency. And so I had kind of hit a point with Reiki where I was like, this is just not really working as much, because we are shifting on a vibrational level. As we raise our vibration as humans, or the more somebody does personal development work, it's we can kind of outgrow modalities. And so then Ahai came through to me basically as this whole energy ceremony download. And it was a specific frequency that I received all of the information around how it works and how to train people and what are, the symbols and the activations, and basically got the whole kind of transmission around how to use it. And so I started working with it and noticing like crazy results. It was a lot faster. I'm like, this is what I was looking for. And I started using it with clients and everybody was like, whoa, what is this? This is way different than what happened before. So just seeing those results and how quick it was, has been really great. And so that's the frequency I work with and I train other energy healers in.
That's incredible. And I've also seen you've done some work on me, and I'm pretty sure you did Ahai, right? Because I do remember it feeling very different than Reiki. And also it had a little bit more of an intense feeling. Yeah. There was a lot more going on internally. And it was like exactly like what you said, like sprinkling fairy dust. It was like very like intense and almost like pulling things out. Yeah. So, I mean, how did you even stumble upon that? Like, how are you like, Reiki's like not enough? Like, how do I next level dimension this shit like real quick and like go to the next phase?
Yeah. Well, so whenever I'm gonna channel something, bring something down, teach something, I have to live it first. And that's been true with everything I've like channeled in terms of books. I've got to live the experience first. And so that was very much part of why things have happened with my physical body. I realized all of this 3D stuff isn't doing anything. I wasn't getting better. And when I started focusing on healing simply through frequency work and energy healing, I was starting to get a lot better. And then I hit a certain point where I was like, this isn't working anymore. And I had this realization of I need like a higher vibration. Like I need a stronger zap, like I need a stronger zap here. And I was like very much in that space of, okay, where's the stronger zap? And then, what happened was my spirit guides told me it was on Lionsgate, which is August 8th. It's a like a big holiday in the spiritual space, right? It's like a big energy. It's a big energy portal. It's my favorite day. It was Lionsgate a couple years ago. And they told me something really important is going to come through for you on that date. Like open yourself up. So I set up my little ceremony. All right, guys, what do you want to tell me? And it turned into like a whole like thing where they were basically like, the way the frequency presented itself was like a golden pyramid to me. And they were like, okay, so this frequency is being brought down to the planet. We're basically going to activate it. We're going to activate you to it. And then we're going to explain to you exactly how to use it, how to train other people in it, what it's for. And so I got all the instructions. And so I spent, a couple hours that night just writing everything down and receiving. It was like I was getting a giant energy healing session and I felt my entire body shifting. Like it was a very intense experience for me physically. And I felt extremely different the next day. And then I started, experimenting with it on myself and just following the instructions. They're basically kind of guiding me through it over the next couple of months. And then, there was a point where they said, okay, now, start using it with people and then start training people. And so I just kind of followed the instructions. I mean, you know how I am. I just follow the guidance.
Which leads me to your book, because your book, Manifestation Mastery, is so different and so incredible. You talk about the fact that this is actually a channeled text. So can you tell me a little bit about the book and what a channeled text is?
Yeah. So, I mean, the book is all about manifestation, but not the fluffy shit, like the real shit. Like how do we shift our subconscious beliefs, right? I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, it's so ironic that I channeled a manifestation book because I literally I've always hated the topic of manifestation. It just is it sounds like bullshit. I think the way that a lot of people talk about it, it's like, I'm going to sit on a pillow and like make a wish and let's see what happens. That's literally not what it is at all. It is shifting your frequency in terms of what are my limiting beliefs? Like how am I showing up? Where am I actually vibrating at? Like that is a measurable thing on an electromagnetic scale so that I'm a vibrational match for what I want. And like, right. When we're looking at what do I want to create in my life, we're looking at what are the energetic blocks for me just receiving that. And it very much works in the physical. And I'm somebody that just likes to get shit done. I want to be efficient. I want to be productive, and energy work is my way through it. Right. And so manifestation is really what it is. And I would like for people to view that term differently, because I know it can sound fluffy, but it's really not. So the book is really about,
it's kind of turning in, like how Girl Boss got like really, really, really overhyped and overused. I feel like it's the same thing with manifesting. Like it's very manifest that shit. It's very, not like a trigger word, but like a hot topic word, I guess is what I'm trying to look for.
Yeah. And it kind of has lost its potency, right?
Yeah.
To me. And so what it really is about is like recognizing where you're not being authentic in your own life and like where you are in your own way and where you are just living from your limiting beliefs and where you're not living your truth. That's really what it's about. It's like that underlying work of clearing that out and living as your most authentic self, and shifting subconscious limiting beliefs and clearing out old energies that aren't serving you anymore.